हरिः ओम कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कविता वनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं जयत्यतिबलो रामः लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेणाभिपालितः दासोऽहं कौसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य क्लिष्टकर्मणः हनूमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिबलं भवेत् शिलाभिस्तु प्रहरतः पादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्धयित्वा पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्य च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्तो गमिष्यामि मिषतां सर्वराक्षसाम्। हरि ओम नमः सभायै। आज तो 30वीं दिन 30th डे ऑफ प्रवचन ऑन श्री रामायण एज आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग इन द हिंदू टेम्पल ऑफ लबक। सो पहले महान, बहुत बढ़िया महान, उसके चरण में नम्रता पूर्वक प्रणामित्वा वी आर गोइंग टू हैंडल एन इम्पॉर्टेंट part of Ramayana. Ramayan, people say Sundarakanda is काम्यार्थ के लिए सुंदरकांड श्रेष्ठ कांड है, but when it comes to Ayodhya Kanda, it is called Dharma Mool, it is called Dharma Granth. Ramayan में धर्म इतना धर्म, next to Yuddha Kanda, the biggest portion is Ayodhya Kanda. So in our houses we used to say that do not omit even a single akshara of Ayodhya Kanda, because it is Dharma. We are in the Sarga where Dasaratha hears the shocking news. Then he got shocked for 48 minutes. Ekam muhurtam murchitva. Then he gets back to his Nam and then starts to think, is it dream or is it something evil happening? Then he could not speak. Then he fell again unconscious chirakalam for a longer time. So there are two places, two times Dasarath Raja gets into a state of trance and then he gets back his composure and then he tries to malikadil his queen Kaikeyi the whole night of Punarvasu nakshatra mein wo in the Vasanta Rutu mein he is trying on a Punarvasu nakshatra, Chaitra Maas mein, he is trying to console Kaikeyi to see if he will have any luck to get Kaikeyi taken away from the vows. She is asking Dasaratha to grant her back, because these were her vows that were given according to Valmiki. It is like fixed bank. Dasaratha was like a locker. Kaikeyi gave the two boons. So that is what happening. But then, why is this so important? Why did this happen? So if you talk about why this happens, how does this Kanda is known as Ayodhya Kanda, but in Vaishnava Sampradaya mein, we call this as Dharma Kanda. The name Ayodhya itself specifies Dharma. How could it be? You think about the Utpatti of the Ayodhya. Na yodhyum sakyate iti Ayodhya. That which cannot be defeated. In this world, na yodhyum sakyate iti Ayodhya. It cannot be won. That means it is the victorious one. In this world, you can conquer wealth, you can conquer people, but the one thing you cannot conquer is Satya. Satya is ultimate. So, Valmiki chose the word Ayodhya because the other name for Ayodhya is Dharma. Right from the get-going, Valmiki specifies this. And today we are going to handle a very tricky part. Did Kaikeyi preach Dharma? Even though our hats will make us think that it is evil, did she do Dharma? What is Dharma? How does Valmiki start this kanta? Beautiful. Gacchata matula kulam bharatena tada anagaha shatrugno nitya shatrugnaha nitaha Priti Puraskritaha. The Kanda specifies as if the hero of this Kanda is Bharata. Of course, the hero of this Kanda is Bharata. Because Bharata and Satrughna are without any blemish. Valmiki clearly separates Bharata because he is going to talk about Dharma. The act what Kaikeyi is done under the influence of Manthara is Adharma. So, Valmiki doesn't want to give any impression that Bharata is part of this. So, he sends Bharata 12 years to Yujadich. The Balakanda ends as if the Matula, the maternal uncle from Kaikeyi Rajya, comes and asks Dasaratha to let Bharata go. Such an act that Valmiki makes it a point that Bharata should not even have a shadow of adharma. So, Gacchata Matulakulam Bharatena. Then not only Bharata, Satrughna is Anagaha, Nitya Satrughnaha. So, Bharata and Satrughna, and more importantly, Satrughna was Das to Bharata. So, he is Anagaha. And that's one thing. So, Ayodhya Kanda, the name itself is Dharma. The entire thing in this Ayodhya Kanda is going to be doctrines of Dharma. And beautifully so, this Ayodhya Kanda is very unique. No other Kanda has such a uniqueness as Ayodhya Kanda. What is it? So if you take Ramayana, Ramayana is a Yuddha Kavyam. It is the Ayodhya Kanda which preaches Dharma, Shanti. There is not a single mention of war. The only Kanda in Ramayan. Balakanda to Tataka Vad. Then Aranya Kanda it ends with Kabanda. Death of Kabanda. And then it starts with Virada. It starts with the conquering of Virada. Then Virada. Then the entire Aranya Kanda is about 14,000 Asuras killed by single-handedly by Rama. So it starts with Virada Vadham. The middle portion is full about the quelling of these Asuras. Maricha, Rama drives Maricha into the ocean. Then Karadhushana Vada in Janasthana. And then it ends with Kabanda Vada. So Rama asked Lakshmana to cut the hands and limbs of Kabanda and then bury him in the ground. So Aranya Kanda is fully of Vada. Then comes fourth Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda. So there you have the Vada of Vali. Then in Sundara Kanda, Hanuman does it in the place of Rama. And Yuddha Kanda is full of war. Then you may ask, Sapta Kanda. Saptama Kanda mein kya Vad ka prashna hai? Satrughna, as part of Ashwamedha Yaga, Satrughna goes around the country and he kills Lavanashura. So how beautiful it is. It is only in Yuddha Kanda. There is no mention of Vada. So that is the reason Ayodhya Kanda is such a beauty. No Vada. The name itself is Ayodhya Dharma. And it's every word and every sentence is about preaching of Dharma. So it starts with, so people ask, I would call this Kanda, it is a beautiful English people in religious world use, Humdinger. So the text, Ayodhya Kanda is the bell cow. When it comes to Dharma, it is the Humdinger of Ramayana. So we may think that Kaikeyi is doing act of evil. But when you take in terms of Shastra, she is indeed preaching Dharma. Although the act may be evil, the dramatic form may be evil, but in a way she is only preaching Dharma. So what is Dharma? So you may question, why does she preach Dharma to Dasaratha? This is very important, we have to ponder today. Dasaratha to Nitiman hai. So what did he do? So he assembled the Badi Sabha and then asked the people, what are your views on Rama? So he had already talked a lot of gunas. People came and talked to him about the gunas of Rama. Icha mohi mahabagum Raghuveeram Mahabalam Gajena Mahatayantam Ramam Chhatravritananam. People wanted him. So Dasaratha was a monarch, but he ruled like a democratic monarch. So where did he slip Niti? He did not slip Niti, but he slipped Dharma. So there is a distinction between Niti and Dharma. There are different Nitis vary from place to place. Nitis vary from circumstance to circumstance. Niti vary from profession to profession. So a Raja has to do his Raja Niti. He has to create wealth for his nation, so he has to go and conquer some other nation. Whereas when it comes to Dharma, that may be Adharma. So clearly, so what did Dasaratha do? Dasaratha said, Dasaratha listened to the counsel of the ministers, and then he wanted to make Rama as a Yavaraja. But there was a little nuance here. But inside Dasaratha, he knows he is not doing the right thing. So Valmiki and the Kavya is such that he uses Kaikeyi to prod the righteousness in Dasaratha. Beautiful way. That's what Ramayan. Samudhramiva Ratna Adyam Sarvasruti Manoharam. There is Ratna. It's like a gold mine. How did this happen? You may question. Well, I know Dasaratha is a Nitiman. He did everything according to Niti. The first son, the eldest son has to be crowned. He can do it right away because he was a monarch. He did not do. He listened to the people. Every people wanted to him. Yancharamam na pashet. If Rama did not see me, if I did not see Rama, my living is waste. That's what the Ayodhya Puravasi told. But then what did he do wrong? Niti. According to Raja Niti, he did correctly. But there is a slipping of Dharma. Only Dasaratha knows. And of course, Devas knows, Vasishtha knows. Why did it happen means, when Kaikeyi was wedded to Dasaratha, Dasaratha promised to Kaikeyi Raja that I will make sure the son of Kaikeyi will be the next heir throne to the throne. That was the promise he made. Kaikeyi Raja to chalbade. Then Dasaratha thought that nobody would know because Kaikeyi's father, even Kaikeyi did not know this. So he kept it as a secret. That is slipping of Dharma. So Dharma is Niti with Satya. Satya is Dharma. So we don't have to go in this sarga again and again and again. Valmiki talks about Satya. You no other place you need to see. How did Rama win over Ravana? It was only because of the vata of Meghanath. If Indrajit was alive, if you think hypothetically, the Yuddha, the battle would have extended because he was gifted with lot of valor and power. How did Indrajit die? Indrajit died not because of the valor of Lakshmana. It is because of Satya. That is Dharma, what Rama practiced. So we have to go to Ayodhya Kanda. Dharma Atma Satya Sandascha Ramo Dasarathir Yadhi Paurushe cha Pratidvandah Tad Yenam Jahiravanam. If my brother Rama is Dharmavan, what did you mean by Dharmavan? Satya Sandaha. If my brother is a man who lives by truth, then this Meghanath should die. That's what Lakshmana said, and he didn't do it any other astra. All he used was, he swore, and then he put the bhana on Meghanath, just telling Rama is a Satyavan. There again he questioned. That's a different story. But it is because of the Satya which Rama practiced, which is Dharma. Satyameva Dharma, Dharmameva Satyam. So that's what Kaikeyi says. Hey Rajan, you wanted to be called a great Dharmatma, then you live by your word. So Kaikeyi insists. And Valmiki uses 3 examples. 2 times he repeats. In the 12th Sarga, he repeats 3 similes. One, giving example of the Shaibya Raja, Shibi Chakravarti. Then giving an example of Alarka Rajarishi. Then giving a common example like sea that is living within its limits. The next Sarga, Kaikeyi again uses three examples because these are the examples of Dharma. So Kaikeyi, in a way, indicates to Dasaratha that he is slipping away from Dharma because you have to live by your word. Vagvai Adbhutam, Veda says. In Brahmana Bhaga, in Taitriya Brahmanam, this phrase comes, Vagvai Adbhutam. The Adbhut thing which man has is knowledge. And how does he express knowledge? By his speech. Then one can also say word. Word comes as a extended portion of speech. There are even how word comes. Turiyam vacho manushya vadanti. Before word comes, there are three different acts that is taking place. The fourth act which we are all able to know is Shabda. So Vak is very important. Vagvai Adbhutam. So you be careful in what you say. If you say something, you have to live by it. This is what Dasaratha missed, even though he did what is according to Rajaniti, to give the kingdom to the eldest son. But that Vakya he gave to the Kaikeyi Raja, he did not follow, which Kaikeyi makes sure, because Dasaratha says, you are bringing kalank to the Ikshvaku Vamsa. No, in a way Kaikeyi is not bringing kalank to Ikshvaku Vamsa. Had Dasaratha not been indicated or prodded to live by his dharma, the story would have been different. Then Rama would not have gone to be exiled. If Rama would not have gone to exile, we would not have Ramayan. So it is again dharma. Vagvai Adbhutam. Rama says in Ayodhya Kanda, Ramaha dhir na abhibhashate ma Kaikeyi. Why have you been worried? You don't have to worry. I will not speak with two tongues. Ramaha dhvir na abhibhashate. Every word dharma, satya. What is dharma? Satyameva dharma. That is why Upanishad says Satyameva jayate. So then what he says? Vak. So Kaikeyi insists, hey Rajan, you live by Vak because I want to see you as a person who will be remembered. Dasaratha is remembered because it was his acts along with Kaikeyi that sent Rama. Because what did Dasaratha argue? Dasaratha said, okay, I don't care even if Bharata becomes the next king. Please don't let Rama go. Kaikeyi did not allow that. Adya. Then there is in Ramayan comes. Well, then Valmiki, Dasaratha argues, let Bharata be crowned. Then you send Rama to the forest. Kaikeyi said, no, instantaneously. Tomorrow morning, Pushyadine, Pratak Kalme, immediately. Then Rama only asked, hey Mata, I don't question. I will definitely go to Kanana, but I have only two things to do. Because there again he is doing dharma. He has responsibility to make sure somebody takes care of his mother. So he asked Kaikeyi, Ma, I need to only finish two duties. There again dharma. One, I have duty to my Mata. I have duty to my Patni. So he asked two, please give me some time so that I will go and tell my mother so that she will make arrangements to take care of herself. And then I will console my Patni so that she is also taken care. There again dharma. So, Vachi va bhuvanani sarva. Veda says the entire thing in the world rests on what you say. If you slip your tongue, there may be chances of war between countries. So that's why the secretaries, diplomats have to be very careful in what they speak. Vachiva bhuvanani sarva. The bhuvana, the entire world, the meaning is Vachiva bhuvanani sarva means it's not that the words and shabda is prevalent. Of course they are prevalent, but the world runs on truthful words. Vachiva bhuvanani sarva. So this is Dharma Kanda. So there is a shloka. Ayodhya is nothing but Satya. Ayodhya cha param brahma. Brahma mane Satyam. The shloka says beautifully, Ayodhya cha param brahma sarayu sagunah pumane tan nivasi jagannatha. If you are living by truth, you are nothing but param brahmam. Tan nivasi jagannatha. See the last word. Satyam satyam vadamyaham. It is Satya. It is always Satya. So this Kanda is all about Satya. What is Rama? Vakamata, Vakabhana, Vakapatni. Rama is nothing but only one word. Vakamata, oka bhana, oka patni, vratude. He is having the vow to have oka. Tyaga Brahman sings in Harikamboji, oka mata, only one word. Who is Rama? Rama is Satya. Ramaha dhvir na abhibhashate. Rama himself talks to Kaikeyi in 2 sargas later. Vakamata, Vakabhana. Ram ka bhanto, it will not come back as a failure. It will always be victorious. Vakabhana, Vakapatni. So beautiful thing. Even when, because of the things that is happening in Ayodhya, Rama has to send Janaki to exile. When he did Ashwamedha, he could have married some other queen. In those days it was common. He did not. What did he say? I am going to make Sita's model in gold and do prana pratishtha for Sita, and I will use that as my patni, because for Agni Karya I need a patni. If I do prana pratishtha for Sita in that Swarna mudra, in the Swarma Shilpa, then it is as good as my patni. There again he had proven that he will be having only one wife in his entire life. Vakamata, Vakabana, Vakapatni. This was his vow, Vratude. The Tyagaraja says that is his vrata. Hey Manasa, you need to pray to that God who lives by his word. So all these we will see. So now this is what happened. So Kaikeyi made sure this Dasaratha remembers. Then Dasaratha, Valmiki says it was like a vyali, Stri vyali. It was like a women's serpent with 2 tongues. The 2 tongues being 2 different vows. The Prathama vow is Bharata should be crowned as the next crown prince, and Rama should go to Vana for 14 years. Why is it 14 years? We have known about in Manu Shastra, there is a law of adverse possession. If anybody holds the property for 12 years and more, they can claim the property. So even though Rama comes back after 12 years, by law, because Bharata would have ruled well, in other words, Bharata would have taken care of the property well, so Bharata can claim if he wants to claim, but Bharata is not going to do that. Valmiki has already indicated in the first shloka. Anagaha, even though the reference adjective is to Satrughna, it also holds for Bharata. Bharata was a spotless, blemishless brother, which Kaikeyi missed. Dasaratha also did miss. Dasaratha said, why I am doing it tomorrow? Chalana eva manushyanam matihi. Beautiful phrase. I don't know. Bharata may come back from Kaikeyi Rajya and he may demand Rama. That is the reason. There again he slipped Dharma. He slipped Dharma saying, Kaikeyi, I want you to see smiling. Should I kill people who should not be killed? Should I take away wealth from a dharmic person? So Dharma. So he missed. So this is difference from Niti. Raja Niti to Dhanda Niti. Dhanda Niti dharma ke bina, satya ke bina, wo dharma nahi, wo adharmik. That is what Kaikeyi is saying. Ye Rajan, you live by your words. Why? Because lust. Satyan na pramati davyam. Veda says, Veda is nothing but Ramayana. Ramayana is nothing but Veda. Satyan na pramaditavyam. You cannot, pramaditavyam, you cannot miss, you cannot neglect Satyam. Satyam. Then only comes action. Satya. Action without Satya, even though it is prescribed, it is not Dharma. Then comes Dharman na pramaditavyam. So it insists on Satya. Then comes Dharma. Then only comes action. Then comes tapas. Then comes damas. Swadhyaya pravachane practice. Satyanna pramaditavyam. Then it says tapascha swadhyaya pravachane. Then damascha swadhyaya pravachane. Shamascha swadhyaya. Then only all the Agni Karya. Agnayascha swadhyaya pravachane. Then comes Agnihotrancha swadhyaya pravachanecha. So the Rishi Satyavacha says Satya Satyavacha itaroha. There is nothing but for Satya. So you can see that what is Dharma? Dharma is nothing but Satya. You live by your word. And Rama lived by his word. So let's do something different. In Valmiki Ramayan, Dasaratha gets into a state of unconsciousness, Dirgha Murcha. Then Sumantra brings, we'll see that. Sumantra brings Rama. Then Rama comes and touches the feet of Dasaratha. He just wakes up and only says Rama, that's all. He didn't care about anything. What happens? It's only Kaikeyi that is telling that, hey, your father said this, go to Vana. But what we said was, Rama is Dharma. You got to go and look at Dasama Granth in Punjabi. Beautiful. So the state, Guru Gobind Singh, he talks about different avatars. In his text, which is known as Dasama Granth, he beautifully talks about Ramayan, and he brings one point. Because in Sikhism, Guru takes an important Vahiguru. Guru takes an important place. When Kaikeyi insists to get the vows from Valmiki, from Dasaratha, she calls all the Devatas as Sakshi. Whereas Guru Gobind Singh says, she insists to call Vasishtha. Let Vasishtha be here when you are going to deliver your vows. To give importance. And then the story goes according to Rama Avatara in Gurumukhi Dasama Granth. So Vasishtha comes, all the council of ministers come to the Antapura of Kaikeyi, then Rama comes. In Valmiki Ramayan or Kamba Ramayan, Valmiki never speaks, Dasaratha never speaks a word. He only says Rama, Ramayati iti Ramaha, Ramam, Ramaniyam, Ranjaniyam. When Rama comes, that Rama, that was the luster of Rama itself carries away. Beautiful Sanskrit sloga. Kuvalaya dhala neelam chayakayam prasannam karadhrita charachapam kanchapatrahayataksham jita nishachara vargam janmana siddhashilam janayatu mama bhishtam janaki bhagadeyam. This is Ayodhya Kanda. So Rama comes. Why Dasaratha woke up? That bondage, Ramayati iti Ramaha. Rama is the one who can even please a dead body. Kuvalaya dhala neelam chayakayam prasannam. This is exactly describing what is the Rupa of Ram Lalla. Chayakayam prasannam, black. Kuvalaya dhala neelam chayakayam prasannam. When you look at the face, it is chubby. Chayakayam prasannam. How we see? In the right hand, you have the arrow. Left hand, you have the bana. I don't know how the sculpture starts. This is how Rama used to be. Karadhrita chara chapam kancha patrayataksham. Sanskrit is such a mellifluous. Karadhrita chara chapam. Chara mane arrow. Chapam mane bow. Kancha patrayataksham. Beautiful golden petals. Jita nishashara vargam. He killed the entire bounty of Ravanadis. Janmana siddha sheelam. The innate nature of Rama is this Sheela Guna. Janmana siddham. We have to cultivate this. But for Rama, it came from his Janma. Janmana siddha sheelam. Janayatu mama bhishtam. If you look at Rama, Janayatu mama bhishtam. We get fulfillment. Bhishtam, abhishtam. Who is he? Janaki Bhagadeyam. Isn't it beautiful? The amount of text we have in Sanatana Dharma, even the name itself will flow into several floors. Forget the text. Forget the text. Ramayan itself is 300 texts. If this temple had not asked me to do this, whatever pravachan, my exposure to Ramayan would be, of course, Bhagavat mein, और तुलसीदास और रामायण मूल काव्य वाल्मीकि और कंबन और त्यागराजा कृति. I would not have touched Dasama Granth. But the thing why I digressed was in Dasama Granth, he makes sure Rama is the embodiment of Dharma. No other Ramayan describes it. So Rama comes, and then Kaikeyi and Vasishta tell, and that section ends like as if Vasishta telling that Rama has to go to, because Vasishta has to live by Dharma. That is the vow. Kaikeyi has got it, Dasaratha has granted, and the whole world will follow. So, Guru Gobind Singh finishes that section saying Vasishta takes the lead and tells to the crowd that Bharata will be crowned, and after 14 years Rama will return. That also he makes sure, and Rama will be made the prince. Vasishta says, which is not in Valmiki. The beauty is, Guru Gobind Singh wants to say that this Rama, take Rama as an incarnation, no doubt. The Granth Sahib says Rama is an avatar, there is no question about it. Then, to insist that Rama is a walking embodiment of Dharma, the Granth text, Dasama Granth, says there is a conversation happening between Rama and Dasaratha. So Dasaratha was stunned. He says, this lady is wicked lady, Darunam Vacha. Then Dasaratha got into trance, Dirgha trance. That section, this would never happen. To make Dasaratha quell, to jitter, it never happens, because he is the one who even helped Indra. In Punjabi, is a beautiful, it is in Ughaba Chand, like Tulasidas ka text. This Dasama Granth has Chand, Sarota, Chopai and Anushtup, Dohe. It is made into 4 structure like Tulasidas ka Ramayan. This he sings the state of mind, beautiful. I had to get a help of a Punjabi friend. That's an advantage being in university. I made sure that I do some homework. Right. Ajita jite, avaha vahe, akhada kade, adaha dahe. Look at the rhyme. Abhada bade, agada hade, amuna mune, abhaga bhage. Ajit, Dasaratha could not be defeated, but the words of Kaikeyi defeated. Ajita jite, Dasaratha could not have been defeated, but these 2 words of Kaikeyi defeated him. Avaha vahe, agad, he could not be bent. Dasaratha could not be bent, but Kaikeyi bent him. Agada khade, adaha dahe, abhada bade, defeated. Abhada mane, undefeatable. So, Kaikeyi defeated, because Kaikeyi was the one who made sure Dasaratha was not defeated in Sambarasura Vada. But she defeated him. Look how Guru Gobind Singh uses the chanda, the meter. My Punjabi, I am 0, not in Punjabi. But it is important we know how people have handled this Rama Katha. Abhadabade, adhaga gadde, dage amunamune, abhaga bage. He could not be killed, but even though he was not killed actually, he was made as an animal, because he lost all his senses. Akarama karam, the act what Kaikeyi did, nobody should do. The act what Dasaratha did, nobody should do. But this instant made both of them do things which should not be done. Okay, we know what Kaikeyi did. But what is the thing which Dasaratha did? Lust. It is said in some Puran. So Kaikeyi was such a beautiful lady, more than Urvashi. What did he say? Hey Kaikeyi, I will even fell at your feet. But it is said, Raja is a replica of Devata. So Raja should not fall on the feet, on the floor. That is the reason when some royalty come, we threw the red carpet. How did the phrase red carpet come? Because you treat them as if equal to Devata. So they should not, but for their feet, other portions of the body should not fall on the ground, because you are elevated as a representative of Devata. That is the reason this red carpet came. What he did, I want to fall at the feet of you, Kaikeyi. So this is exactly what Kalidasa says in Vikramurvisiyam. Tvat pada pankaja parigrihya dhanya janma pururavas. He was so madly in love and lust with Urvashi. He says, Urvashi did not come to him. Then he says, when you come to me, Urvashi, I am going to fall at your feet. And that is my Purushartha. That is my Janma Sapalya. Tvat Pada Pankaja Parigrihya Dhanya Janma. What a beautiful Sanskrit phrase. But she didn't come. What did he do? He said, there are some paishas, that they are preventing this for me to get this opportunity. So I'm going to please these pishas. So he kills people and takes the Naramamsha and then throws that in the Smashan, where these pishas will be wandering, Nishasharas will be wandering. People can go that low. Pururuvas was a king who helped Deva, Indra. He got lust because Urvashi is so beautiful. But to Dasaratha, Urvashi is no one. Kaikeyi is such a beautiful lady. I'll give you a reference. Kaikeyi has such a beauty, white, such a thin skin. People say, Kavis describe Kaikeyi. If Kaikeyi drinks water, you can see the water penetrating through her kanta. Such a beautiful lady. So, no wonder Dasaratha got attracted. And that lust, there should be boundary to the lust. Dasaratha missed it. So, Akarama Karama Alakha Lakheya Ahade Dade Abhaka Bake. So that could Abhaka Bake, which cannot be punished. Dasaratha cannot be punished. But this Kaikeyi punished him, that's in such a way that he fell into Murcha. Abijja bijje ajal ajale akhapakamp. He could not be shaken. Akhapakape achal achale. You cannot turn him. He turned around. He tossed around. Look at this Punjabi Granth. Abhinna bhinne. This word tore him to pieces. The one who could not be torn. Abhinna bhinne adadadade akita kitte amude man. Amude made. He is not the one to be fooled. He doesn't suffer fools gladly. But she made this man muda. Amuda mude achin chidde adhaggadhage achora chore. She made Dasaratha to steal. What did he steal? He stole Dharma. Achora chore athaggatage abidha bidde afoda fo. She fought diya. Afoda fode. Isn't it beautiful? This is in the Granth, Dasama Granth. So, the state is described that Dharma is slipping. Dharma is slipping. Why it slipped? He finishes this section. Amana mane ahe he he. So, amana mane means his man was shaking, terrified. Why this happened? Because if a Nari doesn't do the right thing, it is there, I didn't say. Vicharana nari tu sukha ke. If a lady of the house does things which should not be done, virachana nari, who doesn't follow certain things. Virachana nari tu sukhe ke. If the maid of the house does not maintain the house properly, in a diplomatic fashion I am putting, so Guru Gobind Singh says this, Virachana nari tu sukhe ke. Where will be happiness in the house? That's what Kaikeyi did. Then Rama says, okay, so this was the state. So Rama comes. Dasaratha was speechless. It is his second Murcha. This is going to be Dirgha Murcha. Then people shifted him to Kaushalya's place. That's a different story. We'll come there later. So how this Ramayan shapes, can you believe? The Sikh Grantha takes this and he says, Virachana nari tu suke ke. So she made the house of Ichwaku unhappy. Then Rama had never seen his Pita like this. So then he talks to his father. This is not there in Valmikam. He says, Tata, father, why are you not accepting the 2 vows? We have to live by our words. So, please accept the vows and I am willing to go. Why did Guru Gobind Singh do it? Because he wants to personify and portray that it is Rama who made sure Dasaratha sticks to Dharma. Ramaha Vigrahavan Dharmaha Sadhu Satya Parakramaha Raja Sarvasya Lokasya. He behaved like a gentleman. He behaved like a judge. Which Valmiki says? Devanam Vasavo Yata. Each pearl in Ayodhya Kanda is Akshara Satyam. Akshara Dharma. Okay, then what happens? Satyena Lokan Jayati. In 11 slokas, whole night he rolls on the floor, which should not happen. The phala for the bad deed of Kaikeyi's widowhood. Then Dasaratha gives his life. He pleads by praising Rama for his mukti. 11 slokas. He talks saying Rama is a Mahatmana. Nanute Ragavatulyeo Bharatena Mahatmanaha Bagusho Isma Bhale Tvam Katayase Mama Tasya Dharmatmano Devi Vanavasam Yashasvini Dharmatma. But what is the qualification of Dharmatma? Satyavan. Ramaha Sadhu Satya Parakrama. Satyavan Dharmaha Tasya Dharmatmano Devi Vanavasam Yashasvinaha Katam Rochayase Biru Navavarshani Panchacha. So, what made you to do this? I am so worried. Forget about Bharata. Let Bharata rule. I am so worried. Hey Biru. So he says, hey lady, please. But Bhojakavi was so mad. Ai khati na hridaye kim hai khati. Hey lady, ye khati hridaye, khati na hridaye. This is in the Gadya Bhoja Champu. Ai khati na hridaye kim. Why are you having your hard hridaya? What to say, what not to say. Rama and one can spend life. So I remembered the Bhoja Champu I read. Ai khatina hridaye kim. Why are you like this? Unmukta loka maryadaya. You are tossing away the loka maryada. Daya petaya tvayeti. You have taken away the loka maryada of not crowning the eldest son. Whether you live or not, I don't care. Bhoja writes. Bhoja Champu, it is said that the Padya is written by Kalidasa and the Gadya form, this is a word form, is written by Bhoja Kavi. Bhoja Kavi gave up. I don't care, Kaikeyi, whether you live or not. You have done adharmik. Ai khatina hridaye kim? Unmukta loka maryadaya daya petaya tvayeti? Question mark. Then Kalidasa comes with his own way of scribing. He does a beautiful... I am worried because he is a Kavi. He says, Kaikeyi, why do you think I am worried of letting Rama go? Of course, Dharma goes away. I cannot see Rama lying down in the stone in the forest. Your words are much harder than the stone. So, he is basically, it is the stone bed. Whether he is going to physically see that in the Vana or I am hearing now, this is what I am worried. Vasastvacham bhavatu kinchana taravinam. Kalidasa's poetry, look at it. Chaya drumascha bhavanani bhavantu dhanya. I'll tell the meaning, beautiful. Kaikeyi tasya shayanani katham bhaveyuhu. Tvachetasapi katinani shilatalani. Ayodhya Kanda mein Bhoj Kavi और कालिदास का रचित वासस्त्वचाम भवतु किंचन तारवीनाम. तारवीनाम माने taru, from trees. It is valkala, the bark. I don't worry, he will wear something. Vachaha mane dress, vasaha. Vasastvacham bhavatu, it will happen. Kinchana, some tree bark he will wear. Chaya drumascha bhavanani bhavantu dhanya. I am very grateful to the trees that they will give him shade. Chaya druma tree. Chaya drumascha bhavanani bhavantu dhanya. I am grateful that the trees are going to give shade, whereas I have not given shade to Rama, and I will not be giving shade to Rama for next 14 years. Hey Kaikeyi, the only thing I am worried is, he is such a Sukumara. He is going to sleep on the hard rock. How is that hard rock? that hard rock is nothing but your vachana. Kaikeyi tasya shayanani kathamba. Why have you become the stone for Rama on which he has to lie down? Kaikeyi tasya shayanani kathamba veyu. Why have you been like this? What have you done? You have given 2 words, harsh words, that is going to make my son sleep on the floor. Tvachetasapi katinani shilatalani. It is, now I think your words are more worse than the stones on which Rama is going to sleep. That is Vatsalyam, Pitru Vatsalyam. So that is what is happening. Then he says, Satyena lokan jayati. To Valmiki says, Satyena lokan jayati. So, 11 slokas, Valmiki describes the guna of Rama. So what does he do? Satyena lokan jayati dhinan dhanena raghava gurun sushrushaya viro dhanusha yudhi shastravane satyam dhanam tapastyago vitrata shauchamarjavam vidyata guru sushrusha dhruvanyetani raghava. Okay, you have made your mind to let him go. Now at least let me sing his praise. Dhruvani etani. These are permanently etched with my son. But even then you want him to go, so be it. I have nothing to do with you. Tasmin arjava sampanne devi deva upame kata. So he is like a arjava sampanna. He is with truth. Again, dharma is nothing but truth. Papam shamsase rame maharshi samatejasi. He is like a rishi. Rishi is nothing but Satya Swarupa. Nasmaramya priyam vakyam lokasya priyavadinah sakatam tvatkrite ramam vakshyami priyam apriyam vacham. Devi, he speaks Madhuravani. Devim vacham ajanayanta deva tam vishwarupa pashavo vadanti. Words are nothing but Devi. Kshama yasmin dhamastyagaha satyam dharma kritagnyata kritagnyata api ahimsa cha bhutanam ahim tham ruteka gatir mama. Where will be my space if this dharma goes? Because he is a walking embodiment of dharma. If he goes, I am an old man. Mama vridyasya kaikeyi gatantasya tapasvina. I should have been like a tapasvi, but because of the lust with you, I am still stuck here. Tatsarvam tavadasyami ma chatvam manyu. I will give everything, please, one more time. Last resort. I'll give everything to you. Then this is the worst act Dasaratha did. Anjalam kurmi kaikeyi padau chapi sprushamite. Continuous present tense. People can question. Only Dasaratha said he will prostrate before Kaikeyi. He did it because sprushamite, continuous present sentence, Valmiki uses. Anjalim kurmi kaikeyi padau chapi sprushamite sharanam bhavaramasya ma adharmo mam iha sprushet. Now he realizes this is adharma. Adharma on your part, adharma on my part. Sharanam bhavaramasya. Let me also take refuge in you. I will make Rama to take refuge in you. Ramasya bhava sharanam. Ma adharmo mam iha sprushet. Let adharma not touch us. Now he realizes the mistake he did. Ithi dukkabhi santaptam vilapantam achetanam. Then he said this and he became achetanam. Then all the acts is going to be done by Kaikeyi. So this he says, Boja says, whatever happened, let it be what happens. I don't care. He fell into trance, dhirga. So then Kaikeyi asks Sumantra, beautiful. There again Valmiki says the dramatic portion. So Dasaratha is not going to wake up. The sarga begins like Dasaratha fell into a shock for ekam muhurtam, 48 minutes. Then he woke up. He saw around. He thought something was going. It was swapana, dream. No. Then he fell. So he fell more than a muhurtam, first instance of trance. Now he fell. When he gave up that Kaikeyi is not going to listen to him, he just fell into trance. We don't know how long. Until the morning. This might have taken in the midnight. Until Rama comes, he was lying like that. Kaikeyi didn't bother. Then Kaikeyi sends Sumandra. Then morning came, Ushatkal came. Then Vasishtha was saying, I am doing all this vrata for Rama and I have not seen Dasaratha. So he sent Sumantara to pick Dasaratha. And Kaikeyi saw. So she was standing on the balcony with the screen. Then she saw Sumantara coming. Valmiki portrays in a dramatic fashion. She didn't let Sumantara inside her apartment. She ran so that Sumantara doesn't know the state of Dasaratha. There again adharma. She tells lies. Then she asks, I want to see the king, Chakravarti. Then Kaikeyi says, no, he was so busy talking about, so much merrily talking about this morning's Pattabhisheka. So he got so tired, he just went to bed. So he will come later. Then she says, but I want to see Rama, so go send Rama. So Sumantara goes to Rama's Antapura. Then he was all doing the Agnihotra and all that. There again Dharma. When Sumantara goes to the apartment of Rama, in the presence of Vasishtha and other rishis, Rama was doing all the Purvanka. He was doing all the karmas. Then there is a saying that it is in Samanya Dharma, if you start some Agni karma, until you do the Upasthana for Agni, Agnenaya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyojyasmat Juhurana Mena Bhuishtante Namabhuktim Videma. This comes in almost all Shaka. And if you look at where it comes in the Prathama Mandala, 189th Sukta, Prathama Shloka. So, Rigved mein, Prathama Mandala mein, 189th Sukta mein, Prathama Rik is about Agni Upasthana. This we have to memorize. When we do all the Nitya Agnihotram and all this, they will ask the question, where does this... Of course, it comes in Kathopanishad as well. But Pradhan mein, ye Rigved ka bhag hai. So, in Prathama Mandala itself it comes. So, until you do that, you cannot get out of Agni. That is Samanya Dharma. So, he did not say Upasthana because Pitru Vakya Paripalanam Isya Visesha Dharma, which Rama portrays. The minute Sumantara comes and says, Raja wants to see you, immediately he got up. And then he starts going to see his father. So see Dharma. Because what does it say? There are some instances where Visesha Dharma takes preponderance to Samanya Dharma. When it comes to father, when it comes to mother, because Pitruvakya Paripalanam is Rama's uniqueness. Because he is a Satyasandha. Maricha says, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. He is a walking embodiment of Dharma. So he goes to the Antapura of Kaikeyi. Then he saw his father lying there, which he has not seen in his life. Then, see, why, as another saying, why Bharata, why Shatrugna was called Anagaha? Beautiful. If you look at Govinda Rajiyam, you will understand this. Rama, in a way, knocks Kaikeyi. Hey ma, did you say something that affected my father? Out of Pitru Bhakti, he said that, which you should not say. No matter what your mother does. Because Rama himself says later on, Nairochate Swarnamayi Lankam. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi in Ayodhya Kanda. Nairochate me Swarnamayi Lankam. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi. He said this, but here, because his affection to his father, he questioned Kaikeyi. Hey ma, did you do something that made my father fell down like that? But the only person in Ramayan, of course Sumitra, the only person in Ramayan who did not question anybody is Shatrugna. That is why, how much we can say, Ayodhya Kanda itself is a lifelong Parayan. Anagaha, Shatrugnaha, Nitya Shatrugnaha. He has conquered all the ego. He never questioned anybody. Whereas if you look at Bharata, when he sees his father dead, when he sees his brother in Chitrakut, gone to Chitrakut, he says, let me kill my mother. Then Lakshmana, while Kaikeyi was telling Rama to leave for Vana. Lakshmana first says, I will make this man, this Vriddha Raja, I will take him bandhan. That Raja was lying down in trance. But Valmiki portrays that even Lakshmana crossed the boundary. He says, I will make this man to be admitted in the cell. Then more importantly, he says, this Vasishtha has lost his sense. Can you see Vasishtha? He says, this Vasishtha has lost his sense. I will take him bandhan. So Bharata questions Kaikeyi. Lakshmana questions everybody. Rama questions mother. Sita questions Rama. Everybody questions, interrogates. Whereas Shatrugna never asked a question. Shatrugnaha, Anagaha, Nitya Shatu. One first shloka. Gacchata matulakulam bharatena tada anagaha. Shatrugno Nitya Shatrugnaha Nitaha Preeti Puraskrita. One shloka is enough. So why Shatrugna was called Anagaha? So Kaikeyi is going to say, well, apriyam vakyam apriyam. Your father didn't want to say anything unpleasant to you. Then she says lies after lie. Your father is afraid of you. Kaikeyi says, your father is afraid of you, so I am telling. That's when Rama says, Ramaha dvir na abhibhashate. So don't worry, I will not go back on my word. That is Satya. 12th Sarga is itself what you call Dharma Granth, Dharma Mool. So, because Ramaha is nothing but a walking embodiment of Dharma. Kuvalaya dhala neelam chayakayam prasannam karadrita charachapam kanchapatra yataksham nija jita nishachara vargam janmana siddhashilam. Who wrote this sloka? It melts my bone. Janmana siddhashilam janayatu mama bhishtam janaki bhagadeyam. Ayodhya Kanda is an Humdinger. What a beautiful English word to use. It's extraordinary par excellence. Pavamana sududupatu padara vindamulaku neenama rupamulaku nitya Jaya Mangalam. Mangalam Kosalendraya Maganiya Gunabdaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Samasta Mangalani Santu Shubham.